Hi guys, welcome back. Today I am going to do a really quick getting ready with me video. So I am actually getting ready to go to the mall with my mom, and I'm just gonna do a really quick face. So I hope you enjoy. First, I'm going to prime my eyes and my face so that my makeup will last all night. I've already filled in my brows and concealed them. And I'm using Urban Decay Primer Potion. So you can use whatever base you want to use for your eyeshadow, as long as you use some kind of base. And I'm just putting on a face primer that is no name. It's just a face primer I picked up somewhere with my fingers. And again, I like to make sure that I get my primer, especially on the places where my skin gets oily, which is in my T-zone. Definitely under my eyes, my nose, my cheeks. But when you pick your primer, as I was saying, when you pick your primer for your eyelid, make sure that you think about what kind of eyeshadow look you're going for. So for example, today I'm using all matte colors, so I wouldn't use a primer or a base that has shimmer in it because it'll come through your eyeshadow. So you want to make sure that you are using a primer that goes with the look you're trying to do. So I'm about to pick up Saddle, which is a tan color from MAC. And this is going to be my transition color. And I'm just going to buff that in above the lid really quickly. And like I said, I'm going to use, all my shadows that I'm using today are going to be matte. If you don't like the matte look, you can always put, if you don't like a complete matte look, you can always put a shimmer on the lid, and that would be fine too. It'll look just as good. And I'm going to take a darker shade, which is Embark. And this is actually the shade that I also use on my eyebrows most of the time. And I'm just gonna deepen my crease a little bit with a blending brush. And just blend until you get it like you like it. You want it to have a gradient effect going upward. So you're gonna concentrate the color closest to your lid and then blend upward. And that'll give you a nice gradient effect on your crease. Now, if you don't have quite as much eyelid space as I do, you can skip this part and just use the transition color as your crease color. I have kind of a lot of space to put a lot of different stuff. Okay, so on my lid, I'm going to use Brownscript, which is also a brown, but it's got a red undertone to it. And I'm just gonna pack that on with the lid, with the flat eyeshadow brush. Now this is where you can put a shimmer color if you want. If you want to use a gold or blue or green, whatever color. Once you have your crease and transition color the way you like it, you could really use anything on the lid. It's kind of up to you. And I'm just gonna blend it out. Up into the crease. So next, I am going to highlight my brow bone. And I'm gonna use Foxy from my Naked 2 palette. Naked 2, yeah. And I'm actually gonna put it on with a blending brush today, which is not something I always do, but I feel like when I'm using a matte highlight, it's a little bit harder to blend in, so I just go ahead and start blending it as I apply it. Blending with the desire to get a gradient effect. We don't want any harsh lines. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to blend this, and this is the same brush I use with my Saddle. I didn't put any more products on it. I'm just trying to smooth out those lines a little bit. So now that I have done my liner and lashes, I did a pretty thick, short little wing liner. And I typically do a thick line when I don't wear a smoky eye, or when I don't put a lot of dark colors on the outer corner of my eye. And now onto the face, I'm going to take my concealer, and this is NW40 Studio Finish Concealer. And I'm going to, since I'm not wearing foundation, I'm just gonna cover up some places that I feel like are a little problematic for me. So I'm not using this concealer for highlighting purposes. As you can see, it is pretty much the same color as my skin once I blend it in. So like I said, I'm using MAC's Mineralize Skin Finish, and I'm using it in dark with a big fluffy brush. And I typically start in one area, get that area to the color or coverage that I like. This is a Real Techniques brush, and I absolutely love their brushes. I'm sure you've seen me use them a lot. They're really soft, and they're just awesome brushes. Shout out to Samantha Chapman. If you don't watch her channel, it's Pixie Woo, and they are awesome. It's two sisters. All right, so that is enough of that. I am going to take, just to warm my face up a little bit, I'm gonna use Deep Dark also. I'm not really contouring, just kind of giving my face a little bit of dimension, a little warmth, like a bronzer. And you can do this with a foundation powder that is a shade or two darker than you, maybe a shade darker, or a bronzer. And this is my favorite, Pinch Me. And I'm just gonna put it on my cheeks, the apple of my cheeks, and blend up. And one step that I always take that you don't have to if you don't want to, is once I put on my blush and bronzer or contour, I always take my big brush again and kind of just blend it in. Just to kind of give it a seamless kind of finish. On my lips, I am going to use Cork Lip Liner by MAC. I'm going to use, it's called Paris, it's by NYX, and it is a purpley, pinky kind of color. It's like a baby pink with a lavender tone to it. And on top, I'm going to put my favorite lip gloss, C-Thru. And the last thing I'm gonna do is line my waterline. And this is just to kind of balance out the eyes, since I have such a thick liner at the top. And also, you may, what you could do is, if you feel like black is just too much, you could use a dark brown liner on your waterline. Or if you feel like dark liners on your waterline, brown or black, close your eyes off, you could use a nude liner on your waterline. But this is my finished look. I'm ready to go to the mall, and I will see you guys next time. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time. Bye.